Hello, my name's Sonja Giese. I'm with an organisation called DataDrive2030. We are based in Cape Town, South Africa, and we are a social enterprise focusing on early childhood development. This is a short video that explains a competition we'll be running in partnership with Zindi. Before I tell you about the competition, I'm going to give you a little bit more information about DataDrive2030. DataDrive2030 was set up to democratize early childhood data. We want to make sure that information on young children is accessible to all stakeholders who need it, that this information is easily understandable, and most importantly, that it's actionable, that it can lead to tangible change for young children to address the opportunity gaps in early childhood. So what are these gaps? A massive study in 2021 found that less than half, 44.7% of children attending an early learning program such as a preschool or a creche in South Africa start school with the right learning foundations in place. And the situation is even more dire for the poorest children. Only 3 out of 10 of the poorest children start school on track, compared to 8 out of 10 children from the richest households. DataDrive2030 was set up to address these gaps. Using data tools and data insights, our aim is to increase the percentage of young children in South Africa who thrive by the age of 5 years, setting more children up for success, and to decrease the performance gap between young children in the richest and poorest households at the point of entry into school. We do this by managing and making available a suite of early learning measurement tools. We have 6 tools in our suite of tools. 3 of them are tools that directly assess young children. Assessor will sit down with a young child and do a series of activities to understand whether that child's development is on track. We also have a social emotional rating scale, which is an interview with the child's teacher. And we have 2 tools that look at the quality of early learning. The first in a learning program environment, such as a preschool, and the second looks at the quality of learning in the child's home environment. Collectively, these tools have been used to assess thousands of children in thousands of contexts, and this data gives us some important information about what makes a difference. We know that there are many factors that impact on child outcomes. Poverty is a key factor. Gender is a factor. Boys tend to do worse than girls in most developmental domains at preschool age. We know that children who are stunted, in other words, who have experienced chronic malnutrition, tend to perform more poorly than their peers. We know that children who are on track in terms of their social emotional well-being are more likely to be on track for learning outcomes. We also know that access to a learning program makes a big difference for children, and that the quality of the learning program is critically important. These are just some of the many factors that drive improved child outcomes at the point of entry into school. This competition aims to use machine learning to build a model that can help us to predict how these relative factors contribute to child outcomes. This will allow us to deepen our understanding of the kinds of interventions that we need to focus on and how best to allocate our limited resources. We're really excited that you have taken the time to explore this competition, and we invite you to join us in using data to drive change.